destroy our brethren in that hole!
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Apocalypse, it's going to be Rain versus ZeLoT in an incredible PvZ sent to me by RJB. Top side, it's going to be ZeLoT, the confusingly named Zerg player. He's super aggressive, man. ZeLoT versus, I want to say it was Scan, an incredible TVZ. If you want a link to it, let me know in the comments. I read every single comment and I'll link you to the game. And in the bottom right, it's going to be Rain. He is our white Protoss player today. So let's go ahead and see how Rain is going to slow down ZeLoT's super duper aggressiveness here. And again, this is an RJB replay. YouTube.com/@RJB_TV. Terror the Overlords got in the correct direction. That's right, it is so hot here in Apocalypse. It is a desert biome. But hey, you can survive it in space. So I don't think a desert biome is a severe struggle for you, I feel like. So it's going to be a hatch first here from ZeLoT. Oh, maybe just a little bit of a scout. It's going to be a 9 hatch. All right, so it's going to be a 9 hatch here from ZeLoT. I don't think I have seen that for years, man. I've seen 9 pools. I've seen hatch first, but I've not seen a 9 hatch. So it's going to be a 9 hatch into a drone. So we've got 9 supply now. Got ourselves an Overlord coming up. And I think it's going to be a 9 pool. 9 hatch, 9 pool here from ZeLoT. So 999 build. Intriguing. Is that a Nexus first? Nexus first opening against ZeLoT? Are you nuts, Rain? All right, man. You're getting away with it because it's a hatch first, but it's an early hatch first. And the pool is not pooled first, so you dodged a bullet there. Nice gamble. The probe says, aha, it is a hatch first play. Hee 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 hee. I got away with this Nexus first build. Woo-ha-ha-ha-ha. Yes, in fact you did. Quito. Well done. The Overlord says, oh, he does. He does. Wow. Just barely sees the Nexus there. Just on the edge of the Overlord's vision here. So finally taking gas. Here we're around 14 or 15 supply. And third hatch. I think this gas is late because it was a Nexus first, right? And he cannot punish it, and he doesn't need to worry about an early ZeLoT or anything, and like no 2-gate. So hey, delay the gas, get yourselves an early third base, and play as normal here. Fair enough. I don't... 9 hatch, man. Still blowing my mind a little bit here. All right, well, cannon up there. We got a Cybernetic core coming in here too. We got the gas on the way, etc., etc. Everything is just fine in Rain's side of things. You know what's funny is, like, for years and years, I'm casting StarCraft, right? And there's Rain and there's Snow, and they're both Protoss players. And from the games I'm casting them there, I'm not really finding anything that's really standing out between the two. Like, there's nothing about Snow that differentiates him from Rain, and vice versa, as this Hydroden finishes popping up here. Ooh, the Hydroden. See, this is where maybe you don't... I mean, maybe you don't go into Stargate here. Maybe you just kind of worry about getting into Storm. Honestly, I'd really strongly consider canceling the Stargate, moving into a Citadel, and going that way. Because, I mean, there's nothing you're going to build out of that Stargate that's going to help you against Hydras, right? I mean, the +1 ground weapons is coming in, but man, Citadel, ZeLoT speed... Templar Archive, Psionic Storm, all that stuff is going to help you so much against this Hydra stuff that ZeLoT is bringing your way. He is not going to sit at home with these Hydras, man. You do not get a Hydra Den first in a PvZ and then sit there with your Hydras and wait for the Protoss to come attack you. You're going to push. You're going to try to cancel something coming in on this Forge, maybe like a +1 attack, for example. Going for the Corsair. He's throwing up a Citadel of a Dune. So, I mean, he delayed it a little bit more than I wanted him to, but overall, not too worried about it, I suppose. Is that range upgrade? Yeah. So range upgrade says we want to get out here, start attacking this forge, get rid of this +1 attack, because it takes forever for that thing to come in. Still no sign of a lair. Still no sign of a second gas here either. I mean, that's a macro hatch. We are one gas hydrating it here. And you could protect this overlord from that Corsair. Might want to keep... Where are the other overlords? Right here? Do we have any hydras down there? No. Like one hydra kind of parking itself here would be pretty effective. But are we sending all the hydras to the front is the question. See, now you see the Corsair coming in. Do you see the Corsair coming in? You leave no hydras behind. Oh, okay, this hydra's going to be left behind. Great. 2 hydras actually going to save these overlords. Nice stuff. So we're going to sit here on top of the ramp. Oh, free Corsair is free. God, it's not actually dead. Man, Corsairs are tankier than I feel like they should be. They're so dang fast. So dang fast. All right, Hydras, that range upgrade is done. But look at this cannon positioning, all nestled up in between the forge and the gateway. Means I don't think they can hit the forge without taking shots, even with that range upgrade. So, Zealots fighting with the Hydras. We got speed coming in for the Zealots. I told you, confusingly named. Templar Archives getting fired up now at 6:30. And Gateway dies. That's fine. That's honestly probably... can handle that a little bit better than losing this +1 attack from the Protoss side of things. So, I'm cool with it, obviously. Says Rain. Rain can live with that. But this is a lot of Hydras, man. The thing is, the Hydras kind of need to go before Storm comes out, right? Because when Storm happens and there are speed lots with +1 attack, it's just like, well, you're not busting this, man. It's just not happening. So second gas here. It is 40 to 23 workers. Finally, a lair's coming in here at 7 minutes. And actually going for a +1 ground armor upgrade is our Protoss player, Rain. So yeah, Zealot kind of containing. Maybe he's just happy with the contain. It says, you know what? If you want to sit here on 2 bases, well, I've got 3 bases and 4 bases, and maybe even cheekily getting a 5th base here would be pretty cool for Zealot. But yeah, high ground position here is fantastic. This is so many Hydras. He's going to try to jump on this, man. Look at these extra cannons being built. He knows. Rain knows how many Hydras are sitting out there. It's a hajillion. He doesn't see anything else coming in. There's no Spire. He's not seeing any Lings running around. He's not like, I mean, it's not like there's a Queen's Nest coming in. Yeah, here it comes. Hydra's trying to bust on in here. Zealots do have that speed. They do have that +1 attack here too. The cannons are getting free hits off as the Zealots are taking the damage. Good micro, actually. Zealots coming in and out, preventing the Hydras from getting on top of these cannons too much. And that was just extremely well executed by Rain. Disgustingly well done there by our Protoss player. It is so hard to deal with mass Hydra pushes like this. But without Storm, especially. But see what you got to do. Get those extra cannons out. Get those High Templar. Wait for them to have enough energy for when Storm is there. Get your Zealots, get your +1, get your speed. And so far, so good. Evolution Chamber coming in. I mean, Zealot aggression, that's the thing. Like, Zealot's a really good player, but all he does is be aggressive. So that's the trick with him. That's why he doesn't make far in Premier tournaments, is because you prepare for aggression with Zealot and it works out. Like, you're not just culling your own economy for no reason. There is a reason for it, and it helps you counter what Zealot is doing, and you're fine. Like, he will get wins off you anyway because a lot of his aggression is just super well executed. But it's tough for him to win enough games to completely make it to the finals of like an ASL and win. It doesn't happen. So this is like a one-trick pony thing that Zealot is all about. This might be like, I don't know. I mean, I have had games before where Zealot's gotten into things like Guardians. So it's definitely possible for him to get into tier 3. Just not necessarily the way he usually does things, you know? Anywho, we got the Corsairs. They're doing a great job. Again, no Hydras back home at all. At least not here in time to save this Overlord. No supply block on Zealot. He's making Overlords to replace the ones that are dying. Smart stuff, Lurkers. Coming in. The thing about cannons, though, is they're really good against Lurkers and Hydras. You don't really have to tech into anything else because Lurkers are coming, you know? Oh, and good Zealot run up. Just being like, hey, you have Lurkers up, huh? Neat. We're going to run from those spines now. Bye. We're going to try to charge across the map and try to kill your stuff. Do you have any Sunkens back home? No, absolutely not. What's that? But then they decided to take just a hard left here, head down south, and say, never mind. Never mind. We don't want to head over this way. 'Tis a silly place. Macro hatch, macro hatch. So 2 macro hatches on the map. 3 bases total here from ZeLoT. There's just... The problem with having this many cannons as a Protoss is that you can't expand very easily. Like, you don't have a ton of army with which to move out and take a 3rd base. So yes, it kept you alive for the first 10 minutes of the game. Good job, but these cannons are just dead weight at this stage. Just really no sign of getting a 3rd base here from Rain at all. Here at 10 minutes. Is he going to do it is the question. Is he going to give it a try? ZeLoT sending Overlords out, scouting purposes, trying to see if maybe a Nexus got snuck up when he wasn't paying attention. Do that for sure. ZeLoT's making sure there's not a hatchery down here that snuck up when he wasn't paying attention. But I think, let's see. No, these Zealots are just so dang fast. Like, they don't even have to engage with these Hydras if they don't want to. Moving out. We are moving out, man. We have Dragoons. These Lurkers are dead. All right. Okay, well, ZeLoT's in all of the trouble in the world right now because, by golly, he does not have anything close to getting a hive. I mean, a lair is kind of close. He doesn't have a queen's nest, though, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And ZeLoT's trying to do this Hydra Lurker stuff, which, what do I always say? It doesn't work. Past the 13-minute mark. So we're within the window here. But at the same time, are we? I mean, there's just not enough. I just feel like there's not enough Zerg to deal with how much is going on here from the Protoss. There's no Sunkens back home to help with this. We're all pre-spread out because we know the Psionic Storm is coming, and it is on its way, friends. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we would need to pull drones at this stage, but... yeah, Storm on the left side, Storm on the top side. Look at all that Hydra blood on the ground, blood and guts. And then ZeLoT goes for a drop. I saw that Ventral Sacs upgrade coming in. He goes for the drop into the main base. While this is happening, all right, suddenly I'm not feeling as good about this from the perspective of Rain. Hydras, Lurkers, deep in your main base, as deep as you can get because of the power of dropping. All these cannons aren't going to help you with that, are they? No! 3rd base, somehow holding on. Hydra's covering that left flank. Rain's distracted, man. He's like, I'm trying to deal with all this stuff. No, it's not working out. What is going on? Is ZeLoT actually going to pull off this win? Ah, and he does! No! ZeLoT taps out, and Rain gets the win in game 1 of our sneaky twofer. What? What? Don't give me that. No. No, this is not even... okay, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 8 Dragoons and a couple High Templar. Okay, so fine. Fine. That is just absolutely disastrous. But these Dragoons are coming in. It's really only Lurkers here. 3 Lurkers. 6 Hydras. Plus this mining is still going on. Plus this base is coming up, which the Overlord knows. It feels a little premature. It does feel a bit premature. But Rain gets the win in our sneaky twofer here between these 2 players. So yeah, so this drop's causing all sorts of havoc. These Lurkers are just blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and then ZeLoTs come in and jump on them. Because they do have detection. So that's part of it is there's detection here thanks to the Overlord or the Observer, right? And then, I mean, yeah, there's nothing back here. There are 7 Hydras in production. Golly, these drones all get stormed up. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, 6 Hydras are in production, but that's like 1 Hydra per Dragoon. It's not enough. Just traditionally is not really enough there. And yeah, you're not going to win a base race in this situation, especially because Dragoons keep popping out. Dragoons trade really well against these Lurkers, and your ability to keep producing stuff here is not as good. So game 1 goes to not ZeLoT. It goes to Rain. holding on against the aggression, and then countering one big attack gets it done. So ZeLoT outproduces, gets outkilled, structures raised 5-0, and this is way too close for comfort for any level of a game, really. And I mean, it's an outspend anyway for the Protoss, right? That is an outspend of anything in 12 minutes. This means you probably won. So game one of our sneaky twofer going to Rain here. ZeLoT, once again, just kind of easily prepared for. It's tough. It's really, really difficult if you're ZeLoT, man. But that is going to be game one. Let's go to game number 2 now. Game 2 here on Radion. Bottom right, orange Protoss this time is Rain. And the top left is going to be ZeLoT. He's yellow again. All right, man. Yellow versus orange here. Let's see how ZeLoT does this time. Man. The defense of the Hydro Bus there was incredibly good from Rain, but it helps to know that it's coming, right? And the Lurkers were no match for the Dragoons. Dragoons are out pretty much after, just really, really soon after the Lurkers popped. And that was pretty much it, man. ZeLoT, Dragoon, High Templar beats Hydra Lurker. Unless there are so many Hydra Lurker that the Storm cannot kill them all. Which was not the case in game number 1. And it was a Nexus first play as well. Here from Rain, man. Getting away with it, that helped as well. So, Radion is a giant 4-player map. Is this an Overlord? Yes, it is. Not a 9 pool, not a 9 hatch here from ZeLoT. Maybe it's going to be an 11 or 12 hatch, but no, it's going to be an overpool opening here. So overpool, again, a mixture between aggressive and macro build play. So, gateway opening, and it's an overpool here from ZeLoT. So, very nicely done, ZeLoT. You blind countered the gateway opening here. You're going to have Lings out when Robert the Zealot shows up, or maybe catch him in the middle of the map. So nicely done. Who says there's no RNG in Brood War? Nobody. But yeah, there's very, very little of it, especially compared to other games. High Ground Mischance is an example of RNG. It's like a 46% miss rate, but every time it rolls a dice. So you can hit like 4 times in a row from low to high ground if the dice come up your way. 2 sets of Lings. Are we? Oh my gosh. Nobody knows what anybody else is doing in game 2 here. Nobody. Nobody has any idea what is going on. Because we scouted top right and then cross spawn for Rain. This probe says la 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 la. Oh crap! Lings? That was a Zergling. La 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 la. I know where ZeLoT is by process of elimination. Yes, that was not a hatch first play, and oh gosh. Oh man, okay, so scouting probe dead. That is a huge win for ZeLoT. Is there a ZeLoT here? Yeah, so ZeLoT versus ZeLoT. No, it's not a PvP. Third hatch. On the way. I think that was blind, man. 2 ZeLoTs before Nexus. So 3 ZeLoT opening here against an overpool. Yeah, this would be fairly hard to hold, except that ZeLoT went overpool. So yeah, once again, build order win here from ZeLoT. I think we need more Zerglings, you guys. There are 3 ZeLoTs here and like 7 Zerglings. The math does not math, friends. You need 4 ZeLoTs. Oh, man, 4 Zerglings per ZeLoT if you're ZeLoT. Yeah, this is hard to call. This is a hard thing to cast, guys. But we're fighting. We're fighting anyway. And good. Again, you want to stutter step away from the Lings if you can. As a ZeLoT here. Oh my gosh, no surrounds whatsoever. Yeah, these guys are getting some decent... No, you know what? Pretty terrible value, actually. 2 kills on that guy, 3 on that one. 1 on the other one. Man, if you don't have any speed. Speed's not even on the way. Hydra speed's coming in on the follow-up. Oh, he's going to get another kill. Nope. My gosh, ZeLoT is microing so well with his lings here against his ZeLoT. Ooh, another kill. Okay, whatever. Fine. Good hold by ZeLoT. Did not end up losing too many Zerglings for the number of ZeLoTs that showed up. My gosh, this is... Stop making ZeLoTs. This is hurting my brain. Rain. That ice water is good. Delicious in these summer months in North America where it is so gosh darn hot. Hey, let me know in the comments. Are you in southern or the northern hemisphere? I would say most of you guys are in the northern hemisphere. Like the vast majority of humans live in the northern hemisphere. But there are people that live in the southern hemisphere. There are a lot of them. There are billions of them. Not to say it's an incredible tiny minority. It's just, you know, one side has to have more than the other one. But yeah, let me know. And Overlord is able to pop in and see some of this base anyway. I mean, basically recognizes there's not a Stargate coming in. It's a Robo. No Stargate, Robo opening. You know, this is a lot better against Hydras, right? Right. And it's definitely Hydras, man. That range upgrade coming in again. Dude, ZeLoT is just putting all of his eggs into this ZeLoT bust basket. It's the ZeLoT Hydra bust basket. I maintain if you are named after a unit in StarCraft, you cannot play a race that's different from the race that unit belongs to. Just gonna throw that out there. So it's ye old Hydra bust again. Let's see if this one works out today. I mean, it could. That's why we do this, because it could. It's not 2008 anymore, right? There was this time that Hydra busts were incredibly strong and Protoss weren't quite sure how to deal with them, but that was a long time ago. It's 2024 now, man. Ooh, it is. Of course it's a robotic support bay. Like, what else do you want an early robo bay out for? I guess maybe you want fast observers, I guess. Hydra bust comes in cannon sniped. Cannon sniped, but guess what? There's 2 more cannons and a bunch of ZeLoTs here. Okay, now those cannons got sniped. They can't cover this forge at all. Okay, this is exactly what ZeLoT needs. Denying an upgrade for these ZeLoTs, for these Dragoons, is incredibly good for him. Lair coming in a little bit earlier in Game 2 than we saw in Game 1. And this gate's gonna die? Oh, yeah. I mean, we're not getting ZeLoT speed at all. We are putting all of our eggs into the Reaver bucket right now. Which, look, buddy. Snow is the Reaver King. You might be very good with Reavers. We'll find out, Rain, won't we? Second gas coming in at the natural base here. We Evolution Chamber coming in from ZeLoT 2. Macro hatch. And, yeah, I just, not a huge believer in early upgrades, which Zerg players usually aren't. They're usually putting their money toward tech structures and army units rather than upgrades. At least of the attack or armor variety. They definitely want metabolic boost, they want range, they want speed for their Hydras, etc., etc. But is he falling all the way back? Why are you falling back? What part of this game says you need to come all the way home right now? You don't know it's Reavers. Maybe he was too far back to see this Reaver. The Reaver didn't get any shots off. I think he's worried about getting Reaver dropped or worried about Corsairs showing up or... In fairness, these are both very viable things to be concerned about. So he's just parking himself on his mineral lines being like, good luck trying to drop here. I'm going to kill you before anything bad happens to me. I'm getting a Spire. And here's the thing. A non-Stargate opening from a Protoss means that Mutalisks are about 8,000 times better. So we'll see if maybe he goes some kind of a tech switch into like a 3-base Muta play. With that third gas, with the macro hatch, 2 macro hatches again here at the third base. Yeah, I like this. This is tricky. This is really tricky. Once again, Rain worried about getting Hydra busted. Sitting back. This is not making any more cannons. If he was doing that, I'd be worried about him. So, look. 2 Reavers for base defense. A shuttle for pickup. I think he is mind gaming Rain right into the ground here. I think Rain is in trouble. He thinks this is a Hydra bust, and this is not a Hydra bust. These Hydras are not interested in busting your front door at all, sir. He is saving up cash for Mutas, and I think you just died to Mutalisks right now, Rain. I don't think you have enough cannons. I don't think you have enough Dragoons. I don't think you have enough anti-air at all to deal with like 12 mutas or more. I mean, come on. He's making a pair of Scourge. He's playing this like Corsairs have been flying around killing his overlords all game. No, you'll notice that hasn't been happening, ZeLoT. Why are you acting this way? There you go. He fires up 8 mutas. He's got enough cash. Oh, there you go. 12 mutas. I was going to say, not enough cash and supply available for more than that. Rain is just, he's living like it's a Hydra bust. And like, you should think it's a Hydra bust. Because it was a lot of Hydras, and they killed your Forge and your Gateway. But also, the tech switch here by ZeLoT has been kind of incredible. So the mutas are here. He's getting a +1 flyer attack for them. Makes a lot of sense. If you're investing into that many mutas, by all means, definitely do that. Okay, Scourge scouting. Scourge, no! Dragoon and Cannon say absolutely not. You are not allowed. Not allowed to have that. Not even close, man. 4th base coming up here at like this 12 o'clock position for ZeLoT. Oh, man. You can snipe the High Templar. And like, that's generally what mutas are for when there are Corsairs running around. You snipe the High Templar, then you run like crazy when the Corsairs show up. But there are no Corsairs here, which is kind of bonkers. These mutas do not want to get spotted by this ZeLoT, but I think it's too late. Yeah. Saw the mutas. Good ZeLoT scout, man. Great ZeLoT scout. So here's where the mutas dive bomb your main, and you have like a cannon to defend it. Not good. Not entirely great. Like 2 volleys take down that cannon. The other cannon never coming up. 4 Dragoons, 6 Dragoons, 7, 8 Dragoons come in. Plus there's Storm. Probes evacing from the main base and then turning around and coming right back in. Mutas on. Oh, you thought you were safe back here, huh? Maybe just straight up fighting Dragoons? Nope. 1 volley, 2 volley, 3 volleys on the cannon. Dodging the Storm pretty well there. Yeah, because, oh my gosh, I was going to say no mutas have died, and then like 3 mutas died with that second Storm. So, ow. Ow. I think Rain completely is caught by surprise here. He had that tiny bit of warning when that ZeLoT showed him the mutas were there, which is what that second cannon was all about, which is gone now, mind you. Yeah, 7 more mutas coming in. This is what it's like to play PvZ without Corsairs, guys. This is what it was like when StarCraft 1 was all that existed back in early 1998. You didn't have Corsairs. Mutas were insanely powerful. Like, mass muta was a really viable strategy until Corsairs were introduced, like 6 months later. Not like there's a giant window where this was a thing, right? What are these Hydras sitting here for? Are they trying to... Oh, I bet they're trying to run in. If they run in and snipe this pylon... Oh, my goodness. They decided to go back and defend the homeland, which is fair. They don't know what's over here. They don't have vision for that. This Overlord is in position to maybe look at it, but he's not doing it. You does need to dive in on those High Templar. Look at this pre-split. He's fighting the Reavers. Not actually killing these Reavers. What the heck, man? Never mind. The mutas killed none of the Reavers, but injured them to the point where at least one of them died very quickly. And then the other one died, and Rain's army's getting murked here. The Reavers did not do as much damage as they wanted to do against this Hydra comp. ZeLoTs are going to shut down this 3rd base, though. 4th base, though. Pretty darn easily, too. Yeah, 1 muta's like, I will stop you, and it's not enough. Definitely not enough here. So, but the good news is it's a 2-base Rain play. Rain is sitting back here being like, I don't have a 3rd base yet. So that's not good. +1 attack is done for the Hydras. 1-1 done here for the Dragoons. Observer comes in to see what's going on. Sees more and more mutas being produced. And, well, it is looking very much like ZeLoT's got this second game won. 108 to 74. Total supply in this sneaky 2 for... Just if you don't have a 3rd base at 13 minutes, what are we doing, folks? Expanding down here, too. It's the Observer Scouts, and maybe these ZeLoTs think they can shut down because, yeah, they absolutely can shut it down. Get over there, boys. Use that cardio. Hydra sees him heading over that way. These Dragoons slip out of here, with the Hydras not actually doing anything to handle them. Where are you? Okay, well, one of them dies. This is a wonky situation we're in right now. It is going to be an attempt to get a 3rd base up here, by our guy Rain, but man, mutas are so tough to deal with. +1 attack is up on these guys. They want to dot. Yep. High Templar snipe. High Templar snipe. Beautiful storm dodge. Really great storm dodge there, man. Dude, those 2 pylons dying would be pretty hot. Can we get rid of these 2 cannons here inside the main base? Do we want to take down these pylons, as Falcon suggested earlier? And yeah, Hydra is enough to shut down the Zealots to try to come over this 4th or 5th base. I guess it is now. I don't know, man. I think it was actually coming up sooner than the replacement over here. Nope, that's not true at all. So that is, in fact, a 5th base. Yeah, this game is kaput. It's kaputski. Although, I don't know. Mutas don't want to fight Dragoons in a straight-up battle. It takes them a while to kill Zealots, and if this base actually comes up, the Mutas could get some hits off? No? Okay, the Mutas get no hits off. Deal with these 3 cannons as much as they can. Oh, they're dying to these cannons, though. No, he's trying to snipe down the Nexus, and then, like, no, he isn't. He's focusing cannons. Bouncing. Big Hydra attack across the bridge into High Templar Town. USA here. High Templar Town, Marsara. Probes getting sniped out. Main base is a ghost town. No income for Rain here in the main base at all. Everybody ran to the natural. Holy oversaturated over there. 32 probes at 1 base. Way too many workers for this to be viable, and that's a GG. Game 2 finishes up of our sneaky 3-fer. You didn't know this was a sneaky 3-fer, did ya? I tricked you. Sneaky 3-fer goes to ZeLoT. So this does turn into a sneaky best of 3 here today, which is a lot of fun. So hey, game 2, our guy Reigns, for some reason, decides not to make a Stargate at all. Like, I'm all for maybe opening Reavers against a Hydra bust, thumbs up. But also, maybe have a Stargate. So when the enemy, you recognize that they're making Mutalisks, you can start pumping Corsairs, right? It's not a bad thing if you can pull that off. But he just refused. He's like, no, Corsairs, don't need them. Never going to make a Stargate at all. Let's try to hold this thing with cannons, High Templar, and Dragoons. And I mean, it kept him alive for a while. But at the end of the day, the Mutas are just, they're too much. They're too fast. They're too zippy. They do too much damage. They do stacked damage. They had the +1 attack. It was rough. So many bases out here from ZeLoT, too. But once again, even a game where ZeLoT is on, 5 bases, still no high from this dude. This is what this man does. He will not let you rest. He will not let you sit there for the first 10 minutes of the game and not take any damage at all, man. So that's game 2. Let's move on to game number 3. Oh, I guess we could check out the final score here, too. I don't think there's anything too surprising about this. Oh, 95,000 points for each player is a little surprising. ZeLoT outproducing the Protoss, getting out killed by the Protoss. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. 901 buildings raised in favor of ZeLoT, and ZeLoT outspending the Protoss by about 4,000 resources in 16 minutes is way better than game 1 where he got outspent in 20 minutes. Or whatever it was, 18 minutes? I don't know how long it was. Regardless, that's game 2. Let's move it to game number 3 for all the marbles. Game 3, we're here on Polypoid. Why does the camera have me down here? I don't know. Top right is our blue Zerg. ZeLoT. Bottom left, it's going to be our purple Protoss. And Rain is back. So these 2 players are 1-1 after first 2 incredibly great games. Yo. So Rain tried mixing it up. He was fooled into thinking it's going to be a Hydra bust, but it was Mutalisks. So hey, Protoss players, just throw down a Stargate. Even if you're not planning on using it in case Mutalisks show up, okay? All right. Terror the Overlord scouting out. What the heck is ZeLoT's opening going to be? This man is... He's unpredictable. I think... Excuse me. I think we'll put him on that. Is Rain going to go for another Nexus first play? It is a giant 4-player map. You can get away with it if the Zergos hatch first. That's the trick. And it's another 9 hatch from our guy ZeLoT. So I haven't seen this in years. And in the span of like 40 minutes, I see it twice, both from ZeLoT. hilarious. Absolutely ridiculous stuff here. Gate opening, and not in a position where it looks like we're going to go for an expansion either, is it? This pylon placement says we're going to one gate this thing, or one base this thing. Probably more than one gate in that situation. Yeah, like a 2-gate. Yeah. 2-gate, throw the Zealots at the Zerg until they die play. Bisu's the master at this, man. The number of games I've seen where Bisu's like, I'm just going to throw Zealots at you until you die. Especially against, well, really only against Zerg does that work. But I guess it works against Terran pretty well, too. Anyway. Let's see how it does here against our guy Zealot, who does have a pool coming up a little bit sooner than if it was just a regular, like, 11 hatch into pool. So that helps him survive this. Probe scouts top left, no Zerg, gonna scout the top right, and see there is Zerg, so at least that's not the last place that he scouted. But he's gonna see this hatch and say, okay, that's a hatch first, but it's early. It's a 9 hatch. He has to know. Like, he has to click on it and see that it's like, oh, okay, that's a 9 hatch. Zealot, you're weird, dude. All right, so we're going to go Zealots against Zealot. I'm going to say Zealot 47 more times in this game, and I've already said it 173 times in this cast today. Gas coming in, so we're not going to go unupgraded Zealots for all time. Just an early 2-gate Zealot opener kind of a thing. Drone comes in, beautiful, sees the 2, sees no gas. Says, okay, I'm going to invest in a Sunken. I would invest in a Sunken if I was Zealot. But I am not Zealot. I am not a professional Zerg player who can take down players like Rain. So, I guess I would do that. But it doesn't mean that's what he's going to do. Right? Like, the first Zealot, the first couple Zealots are not a big deal, I guess. But, man, when you add 2 more and 2 more and 2 more, and they keep coming and they don't stop coming and everybody's sad. A macro hatch does not count as a Sunken, but I kind of like your Moxie because he's going to try to deal with this, making a lot of Zerglings and having enough larvae to deal with these Zealots with the power of a lot of Zerglings. Okay, probe dies. That's a big deal. We only heard it. We didn't see it, but we didn't need to see it. Zealot pokes in, sees no Sunkens. All right. That's cool. Actually falls back a little bit more than I think he probably should here. Still no expansion. Cybercore, yes. Into Stargate? So 1 base, 2-gate into Stargate play here out of Rain. I don't know. I guess maybe you hope Zealot doesn't invest anything into anti-air. And you can just kill all of the Overlords with your Corsairs. This Zealot micro is pretty good, man. Pretty great, gotta say. Get in there. Get in there, other Zealot. Yeah, this is... I'm telling you, a Sunken would be really nice here. He's droning? Why does he... Okay, well, the drones get pulled, man. And the Zealots aren't even trying to fight him. I think they're just trying to get up the ramp, and then they take their position on the top of the ramp. And... 1 kill on that Zealot. 2 kills on that Zealot. 2 kills on that Zealot. 3 kills. Can he get 4, ladies and gentlemen? Can Robert the Zealot get 4 kills? No, he cannot. But he scouted the Hydra Den, which is like, oh. Shoot. So guess what? Zealot didn't forget about anti-air. He has a Hydra Den. Still 1 base in, man. This is, woo. The 1 base aggression continues. 2 gates. At some point, I think you probably want 3 gates. Or maybe you just expand. One of those 2 things need to happen here from Rain, I think. He's just unupgraded Zealots, unupgraded Dragoons. Actually, does he have Singularity Charge? He might have gotten Singularity Charge. Range upgrades are always good. Like, there's no reason not to have them if you're making Dragoons, if you're making Hydras, if you're making Marines. Increasing the range of your attacking units is fantastic. And man, I'm doubting Zealot here, man. He's making drones as these Zealots are charging into his main, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then he says, no, we're good. We're fine. We're right as rain, as they say. Okay, so yes, instead of getting the 3rd or the 4th gate, he's going to go ahead and just expand now here at 6 minutes. Hydras are out. They're getting that range upgrade again. And I mean, is anybody shocked that it feels like Zealot's going for another Hydra bust? No? Definitely not shocking me at all. Definitely getting some cannons up because he is worried about that happening. He sees the Hydras and says those guys can move across the map too. They don't have to just sit home and defend their overlords. Oh, these guys snuck in. Okay, okay. More cannons get fired up. As Rain says, oh, they're here already. Wonderful. More dudes cruising across. They got speed. They've got range. This Overlord, is he going to be saved? Yes, these Hydras are escorting this Overlord, at least as much as they can, because Overlords are slow. But this guy is slow. He's here in case DTs pop out. That's actually a very valid concern to have, is DTs showing up and completely shutting down your Hydra bust. But nope, that's why we have Overlords at the front, protected by infinite Hydras. And I mean, this is the story of the game, man. This is how this works. And we're going. We got Lings in the front, Hydras in the back. That pylon looks incredibly vulnerable. Kill the pylon. 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 All right. That is an Artosis pylon if ever I have seen one in my life. But maybe he says it actually doesn't take that many hits to kill a cannon if you're a Hydra. Never mind. We got this taken care of. Who needs to kill the pylon? Rain GG's out and ZeLoT is our winner in 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Who needs it? Who needs to kill this pylon? We're going to kill every one of these 8 cannons individually instead. And then he won anyway. So it's not like I'm complaining too much about it. But yo. Yo. Good stuff, man. That 2-gate really did not do enough to slow down ZeLoT. He was ready for it. He dealt with it about as well as you can. Did not invest in any Sunkens at all. Nope, didn't need those. And then Hydra busted, and the Hydra bust finally worked. Game 1 didn't work. Game 2 didn't work, but he didn't necessarily try either. So that's fair. Anyway, GG! That was great. That was really, really fun. That is going to be a 2-1 victory in our sneaky best of 3 here between ZeLoT and Rain. What a lot of fun that was. 19,000 to 20,000 points. ZeLoT was up, outproduced, got out-killed. These numbers have been very similar all 3 games. These are all cannons. 7-0 buildings raised, and then an outspend. Because he had 2 bases, and Rain never really had 2 bases, did he? Like, he never really got that going, so that's tough for him. But 7,500 to 6,400 total spent. GG. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a sneaky best of 3 here between Rain and ZeLoT. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you're going to still catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.